Yeah, good morning YouTube. So I picked this up a couple months ago. It's a 10-speed cassette for my monster cross, gravel bike, whatever you want to call it. This one is 11 to 45. So this is going to replace the 11 to 42 tooth cassette that I have on there now. So I put that on a few years ago and I've been quite happy with that. When I first built the bike, I had an 1136 cassette from Shimano. So I really like this 1136 cassette because this end of it is really nice for riding on pavement. You've got 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, and 21 tooth gears. So you've got 2 tooth steps all the way up to 21, and then it goes 24, 28, 32, and 36. The only thing I really didn't like about it was it only went to 36 teeth. I think that gave me around a 15 gear inch low gear, and I found as I started riding steeper hills, I needed something a little bit lower geared, so that's when I went to the Sunrace. And the Sunrace had a 36 and then it added a 42 tooth on there. But the problem with the Sunrace was it got rid of one of the gears here in the middle. And so the Sunrace, which is still on the bike out back, has 11, 13, 15. But then it made a 3-tooth jump to 18. And then another 3-tooth jump to 21. That was a 20% jump from 15 to 18, and that was right where you ride on the pavement, on bike lanes and flat, smooth pavement. You'll be riding along at, say, 90 RPM in the 18 gear, and then you try to shift to 15, and you just come to a complete stop. It's just too big of a jump. I am used to riding big cassettes. So this is the freewheel that I used off of my 1974 Schwinn Sports Tour. And this was awesome at the time. 5 speeds, 14, 17, 22, 28, 34. At the time, I thought this was the best thing ever. But you could see how chunky it was. Huge jumps. And then when I went to this, I got spoiled because the jumps were so small, just 2-tooth jumps halfway through here. Now this is the Garbaruk 1145, so I wanted to give a shout out to Julie over there at Garbaruk. She did a really good job getting this to me. I had ordered this, I think, late February, early March, and got caught up in all of the airline shutdowns and air freight not working, and so Julie did a really good job getting this to me from Poland. There were 2 things that I was interested in with this cassette. Sunrace does make an 1145, but I think all they change is the top end. But this one has a really neat feature. It goes 11, 13, 15, 17, and then it jumps to 20 and 24. So I'm hoping the jumps here maybe are a little bit higher up on the cogs, so percentage-wise they're a little bit less. So I'm hoping this one will have a nicer on-road ride on the top end, and then at the big end it has a 38 instead of a 36. The nice thing is this 38 will be just a little bit lower than the 36 I have now, and then you've got the 45 if you really need it. Yeah, so this 32 is the same, the 28's the same, the 24 is the same, but the top end is a little bit different, so I'm hoping this will ride better on the road. Okay, there we go, YouTube. Got her mounted up, so we've got the 1145 cassette on there. So this is my 9-speed rear derailleur here, and I've got a WolfTooth RoadLink adapter which drops the hanger down. And the only adjustment I had to make, I had to turn the B tension screw in about a half a turn because the jockey wheel here was just touching the teeth on the 45, but let's roll through the gears. I'm in the middle ring here, up front, and we can go up onto the big guy, drop down, all the way down to the 11, and I'll put her in the small ring up front. I'm in my 22th gear, climb up on the big one there, back pedal, no problem there. Move the front neck over a little bit. Yeah, there the chain's getting pretty loose. I'm maxed out there. I mean, I never run that combination, but I can run up to about the 6th cog, 5th or 6th cog, and still have a little bit of chain tension. So up front, I'll go up to the big rings, the middle, and big. So even run big, it's pretty tight, but I didn't add any links to the chain. That's just the KMC 10-speed chain as it comes. You know, like I say, that's pretty darn tight. Again, I don't run that combination. I really go into about maybe there. So usually I'm from this point over on the small side when I'm in the big ring. And then in the middle ring, I'll use the whole cassette. And then when I'm in the small ring, I kind of use from maybe 6 down to 1. So I notice there's 2 things you need to get used to when you're running this low of a gear ratio. One is that the shifting is sluggish because it takes over 2 turns of the cranks to shift gear. So I'll start pedaling here and I'll click to the next gear, and you can see it takes almost 2 revolutions of the crank to switch gears. So you have to be patient. You know, you don't want to shift at the last minute because you've got to allow for that. So I have what's called a rapid rise rear derailleur, which means it's spring loaded going to the big cog. Right here I'm in 4th cog. I can click in all the way to number 1. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. I've clicked in 3 gears, and then as soon as I start pedaling, it'll go up onto the big ring. That's why I really like this rapid rise rear derailleur for riding off-road or in dirt and really technical riding, because it's easy to shift up onto the big clogs. It's a little harder to shift down. So if I were sprinting for a race win in the Tour de France, I don't like that. I want to shift to my highest gears easy, but this one lets you shift to your lowest gears easy, and that's what I really like about the rapid rise. But they don't make them anymore. 9-speed Dior XT rapid rise long cage. And then the other thing is you need to keep your cadence up. So when you're in this really low gear here, you've got to be spinning probably 70 at a bare minimum, or you will fall over because you are riding maybe 1.5 or 2 miles an hour in this gear here. You probably can't maintain balance and ride up a really rocky climb. So you've got to keep your cadence up. So I try to keep maybe 70 to 90 on the cadence. So yeah, 900% between this gear. So that's about a 12. There's the middle. There's the big guy. Shift up to the 11. There we go. And I think this is like 104, something like that. I think that works pretty good. So yeah, we'll take it out on a test ride today, and maybe I'll try to give you an update and let you know how it worked. And yeah, so I'll post updates over here on the left side, and if you have any questions, post up in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.